Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today we're taking a look at from the Transformers Generation Selects line. This is Voyager class Artfire. Artfire is a repaint of the Kingdom Voyager class Inferno mold, which now the historical legacy of this figure is the original G1 Artfire was a repaint of G1 Inferno, released exclusively in Japan as a Target Master. Very rare figure. I mean, technically you can say it was one of the few, if only, repaints of Inferno, but then again, it was a retool of Grapple, so... And it does include the Target Master partner, Nightstick, which is right here. Like I said, a very rare G1 figure that has actually seen a little bit of love in recent years. The last time we had a large size Inferno figure, it was back in like Universe 2.0, that got repainted into Artfire. And I do believe part of the reasoning, it's like a Mitsubishi fire truck. This is actually how they look in Japan, with the white and not the whole block red. In terms of accessories, besides Nightstick, it comes with everything that Inferno came with. The little nozzle here, the side hoses, the basic rifle, the hand nozzle, so it can all store nicely on the truck. There are also a couple blast effects. Those are basically strapped into the packaging. I really didn't feel like cutting them out. I'm sure you know what they look like. Nightstick is unfortunately a reuse of the Firebolt Target Master mold from going back to Siege. Really would have been nice if they could have figured out some way to use a new mold, use one of the Japanese Target Master molds. It's floppy. It's hard to get into Artfire's hand. It's not even the right design. Nightstick was a single barrel. These are double barreled. Also, as I'm sure some of you who might be familiar with the Japanese Target Masters might like to know, there is no way to hold it the Japanese style, which was pegging the weapon directly into the wrist. So he has to hold it normally, which I think is accurate to the G1 toy. Other than that, there's really not much more to say. It rolls quite well. I like it. I like the look. We'll pause. I'm going to skip the transformation. If you're interested in the transformation for Inferno, go check out that video. But for right now, I'll be back in a second, and we'll take a look at Artfire in robot mode and compare them to Inferno. Okay, so here's Artfire in its robot mode. Transformation is exactly the same. Really, the only difference is the coloring between the two figures. Just making it so you can see a little better here. The gimmicks are the same. All the weapons can be stored on the back of Inferno. That's one of the reasons I like the mold. Even the Target Master. Again, I should mention that this does use that fixed version of the mold where the pegs that go into vehicle mode aren't as long, so there's no breaking or anything like that. But really what you see here is, instead of a darker translucent plastic, you see the blue translucent plastic, and it's even used here with the headlights where that's just painted silver. White on the feet, white cab, same Autobot logo, and of course the same head, which again, it's a repaint of Inferno. This should all be the same. So really, the interest in the figure comes down to, if you like the Inferno mold, if you have a interest in the Japanese mythology of Transformers, you might want to pick up Artfire, because to be honest, to get a real G1 version of him, it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg. Let me just tell you that for nothing. They are very expensive, but it's cool. I also forgot to mention, shouldn't forget that there is also the Masterpiece version of Artfire that came with a proper Target Master Nightstick. So that was a few years ago, and ever since then, we've all been waiting for Cyclonus, who was the original American partner for Nightstick, but what have you. Let me give you another little 360 view. I really like how the black breaks up the robot mode on Artfire more than it does on Inferno. But again, same ladders, same detailing, all of that. I mean, this is a good mold, and I'm glad it's here. Who knows? We might see it with used again and to make hauler, and things of that nature. I just pressed down on the head the wrong way, and it caused the Target Master to fall off. That was my fault, not the figure. So that's about it for the review. I'll come back with my final thoughts. Like I said, I don't think Artfire is a bad mold. It's a great repaint. I think it was something that we all saw coming when the Generation Selects line was first presented to us. And we knew we were getting a Voyager Inferno mold. Minor critiques aside, in terms of, Nightstick here fitting into the hand, not being the right mold, not being able to work in the Target Master gimmick. Those are like minor issues. As I said towards the end, it really comes down to, are you a fan of this mold? Are you curious about the history behind the character of Artfire? I'll say it again. This is probably the only way you'll be able to get anything close to that G1 Artfire. I mean, it wasn't even redone in the Encore or book box reissue line. We got Stepper in the book box reissues, but not Artfire. I think that was an issue that Stepper did not sell as well. But yeah, I can't say anything more. The decision's ultimately up to you. So that's it for the review. If you like this review, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. While I will always appreciate the views, your likes, comments, and subscriptions help to communicate to YouTube through their algorithms that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. If you want to make the ultimate sign of support, I do have a Patreon. It's www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. Hyperlink in the description below, and a card here in the corner. All I ask for is $1 a month or $12 a year. It is the season of giving, and if you have a little extra Christmas money burning a hole in your pocket, I would appreciate some of it coming my way. But as I always say, if you can't afford the $1 a month or $12 a year, your views are more than thanks enough. So that's about it for Generation Selects Artfire with Nightstick. This is your old pal Chuck. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We will see you next time.